Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
divine to the apostles of Jesus and Ruel. And shalom to the faithful men as well as continue doing the work of the Lord. Alright, gentlemen, coming to Ohio. You know, we're going to do our New Year's destruction, our New Year's Eve destruction. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we're just going to flow. Let the Spirit guide, you know what I'm saying? Go through the Spirit, and Lord willing, hopefully it's edifying.
Yeah.
But Lord willing, you know, we can mention, I mean, I can see it's gonna be like various topics. You know, you can probably start off like brother, he made a good point. You know, like a little review of the year that just passed. You know, so called, because you know, obviously we know this ain't the true New Year. But but I want to make mention too before we go into the review. What was that elder name? What's his name? Elder.
I'm on the bar.
Yeah, I'm on.
I'm on the bar.
Khan. Yeah, he made mention, you know, we're gonna do miracles real soon. You know what I'm saying? And you notice, I would say from really all these years, but like from like maybe 2020, well, with the Maxine Waters, the you know the 19 shit. You know, since then, I believe like shit started really picking up, like as far as prophecy wise. A lot of commotions, a lot of wars, you know, Ukraine, you got Taiwan heating up a little bit, you know, Iran, Israel, they actually shoot missiles at each other, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. More people, false prophets being exposed, things like that. And yeah, man, I just think through the Spirit, man, this year, the Lord will really upgrade even more. Because each year it gets better. The more prophecy comes to pass, us through the words of the Lord is shown that we are true, and what we saying is right. So hey, Lord willing, shit, we might do some miracles next year. You know, the shit might hit the fan hopefully, and then Lord willing, we can get up out of here. So shit, whatever precepts y'all got, y'all can start with that.
I'll just break the ice real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to break the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
And I got a search on just different conflicts that went on in 2025.
This is 1 Peter 4:7. It says, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer."
Hey, so the end of all things is at hand, you know? And so we gotta be sober, which that's, you know, obviously not talking about literally being sober, but, you know, our mind, you know, we gotta be in a solemn type spirit, you know what I mean? Focus, laser focus on the Lord. Because this is, you know, it's hella distractions. It's gonna be way more distractions in your personal life. You're gonna go through shit, but you gotta remember to stay focused and then keep your house first to serve Him. Because our lives is not our own, you know? We gotta, even whatever bullshit we go through, we gotta remember to do the work of the Lord and finish it. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important, you know? Because the Lord gonna come back in a time nobody knows. We don't know. Yahushua don't know. So we gotta stay on point and make sure that our spirit, our mind, our body, you know, Jay gotta be on that too. You know, your body, you know, you gotta work out your mind, your body, because that is gonna help with the ministry too. You know what I mean? Your diet, all that shit. You see?
I got another one.
Mm-hmm.
This is 1 Peter 5, and I'm gonna start at 6. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of the Most High, that He may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon Him, for He cared for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." And if I can speak on that through the Spirit, we're seeing that happen. You know, a lot of guys are getting devoured by Satan. Okay, a spiritual demon Satan is working the work in the earth. He's playing with the minds of, you know, these different Israelites out here, these different camps. These false prophets are rising, you know, amongst us. So again, like the Elder Bro mentioned, we got to be sober. We got to be, you know, vigilant. All right, paying attention, making sure that we're grounded and rooted for what's about to come down the pipe, man. All right, because listen, man, you know, as things increase and get better concerning prophecy, things are going to get harder as well. Okay, the test is going to get harder. Okay, it's like we're being quizzed now, but the test is coming. The final test is coming. You know, or like they say in school, the post test. You know, you got a pre-test. You know, to see where you at. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. But the post test is coming, man. All right, well, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is really gonna crank up the furnace on us. All right, you know, and just the world as a whole. Okay, and then you know through that process we'll see who is who. You know, so like again, we got to be sober, we got to be vigilant. You know, and like some always said, we got to fortify our minds, man. You know,
I just looked up at the spirit
Yep.
for mental fortitude. It says mental fortitude is the psychological strength to stay focused, calm, and resilient when facing adversity, stress, or challenges, allowing you to preserve and perform effectively by enduring hardship with courage and self-belief.
You see, and that's what they must get that at Timothy. That 2 Timothy, endure hardness as a good soldier. That's all the things that are required from a soldier, man. To be resilient, to be focused, calm, poised, as they say. Jake know fighting. You know, when you're in that ring, you know what I'm saying, you got to be poised. You know what I'm saying? You got to be, you know, zoned in, locked in. You can't be, you know, shaking, you know, or chattery and shit, you know. But this is what we coming to, man. Look, you can't have weak knees in that day. You know, Shaggy, Scooby-Doo, they get all scared and shit. Start biting their nails and shit. Nail clippings flying everywhere and shit. You know, you gotta, you know, be solid, man.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach.
Blind, you know. So again, we gotta endure, you know, be resilient, be unmovable, as the scriptures say, man. You know what I'm saying? Because shit is about to, shit happening. 2025 is a fucking roller coaster, man. From the start to the end. All the shit with Trump. I mean, there's just so much shit you can't even fucking, you know. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of what's going on amongst us and the Hebrew Israelite ministry fallouts, false doctrine, you got IUIC back in the mix, talking about the name, Genesis, you know what I'm saying?
Going back to the drawing board.
General Yohanan, we trying to make a black America. So, I mean, just it's just so much, man, you know, but, you know, for us brothers, we got to, again, be sober, be vigilant, okay, because Satan is in the midst. All right, and he's shaking up the house of Israel, man. The scriptures speak about in Amos that he's going to shift the house of Israel, man. You know, and that's what's happening. You know, so we got to endure sound doctrine and hold on to what we have, man, which is his truth. You know,
I got a quick precept. Wisdom of Solomon 8. I'm going to start at 7. It says, and if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtues. Right. So if a man love righteousness, which is his truth, you know what I'm saying? Which, again, you know, righteousness ain't that popular. People hate righteousness in this world. So that's another thing we got to go through. We got to fight to be righteous and then do our best to, you know, please the Lord in a wicked, unreasonable ass generation, you know? It says her labors are first of all, it says labors. So we won't have to work. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you got certain guys that will be lazy. You know, all of lazy spirit gets on all of us. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta really fortify your mind, like the brother said, and get out of that lazy spirit and labor. Like I forgot who. I think maybe the apostle said it. You know, GMS here in GMS, this is a working camp. You know, but it says virtues. You know, virtues going to morals and manliness. You know,
It's the blue collar camp.
Yeah, kind of.
We take on that image, you know, and they use the mind what they call us the Bummerlights, which that's so far away from the truth. It's not even funny.
So fucking far, bro. Jake is good. Jake, like brother said, Jake Gooders. You know, some brothers, you know, well off than others, but all business is getting handled and all brothers is taken care of. You know, Jake got roofs. Jake in a, you know, a warm, cozy little spot. You know, ain't much, but you know, Jake is good. So that's some bullshit.
It says, for she teacheth temperance and prudence. You know, like I mentioned earlier, you know, the distractions. And that's the thing too. Like, because temperance goes to balance, you know, self-control pretty much. and you can those distractions can get to you, and you be like, I want more. You know, you try to do too much, because like certain things you try to do in the world might be technically off, but then you just want more and more. Your flesh never gonna get satisfied. So you're gonna want more and more and more. Then you just wasting all this time bullshitting, you know what I'm saying, not focus on the word of the Lord. So that's why we gotta keep our mind, we gotta keep minding ourselves every single day and examining ourselves. You know what I'm saying, whether we on the right path or not. But so like I got a little bit more.
Oh no,
We got work.
I got that.
Okay.
I was kind of holding it because you brothers was talking about keep your eyes single towards one direction, which is Yahweh Shema Shad is truth. I got the word priority. Priority, a simple dictionary out of Google search. It says the fact or condition of being regarded or treated as more important. All right, so we got to treat this truth more important than anything else you got going on. Whether it's a promotion, all right. You gotta take a month off to study for a test.
Man, oh my, Salaki, bro.
Yeah, that's why
I gotta jump in for that.
Yeah.
Because that's all we was going into in New Orleans. It was about that fuck nigga in North Carolina, Salaki for my language, but come on, man, like get serious, bro. Hey, just a testimony. This brother had to travel, you know, for a gig. You know what I'm saying? You know, show his face, boom, boom, boom. What we do? We went and, you know, fellowship with brothers after that. There's no excuse. So it's like it, but like you say, you gotta have your priorities straight, man. Especially coming in 2026, because like the scriptures say, riches profit not in the day of wrath. So the Lord don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying, about your 9 to 5, you know what I'm talking about, your 8 to 4, you know, 11 to 7.
Your hobbies.
Yeah, none of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just to, you know, sloppy, bro. But I have to, you know, jump in on that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, the Lord doesn't give a fuck. This has to be our main focus, bro, because this is the only thing. Yahweh Shah is the only way we're going to get out of this situation, man. But you got it, brother.
Was there more?
Yeah, I just want to read it again. It says being considered more important than other things or people receiving focus, attention, care, and action before competing. Alternatives and being valued enough to have your needs and feelings actively considered in someone's. No, yeah, that's pretty much what it means, but I already got the point.
I'm gonna go back. Got a little bit more. Wisdom Solomon 8.
Yeah, might as well finish it. It says that feelings actively considered in someone's decisions and time allocation, not just when it's convenient. Ooh, well, yeah, I had to finish that off. Because right now it's convenient to serve the Lord because we got, like the bro said, we got roofs over our head. The brother's got a couple dollars in his pocket. What happens when it's inconvenient? When you lacking food, you're cold, you know? That's the all the more time to have more faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, you know?
And just to add, see, that's why we teach in the code. You know, we do certain things that are going to be helpful in the long run. A lot of these guys they don't know what it's like to stand on a block. Even if it's just an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, you know what I'm saying, just sit there and endure, you know, the stillness of being cold, not moving.
To suffer,
you know? And all these things that we're doing now is ultimately, again, helping us build that mental fortitude for what's about to come down the pipeline, man.
That's right. And we getting coached by some great men. That's why we have it's us against the world type spirit, because everybody's rooting for us to fall far downfall. Everybody, even on Israelite counterparts. But we like that type of attention. Not like a hoe, but we like that because it gives us, it helps us want to push more. We got the what's this joint called? The New Year's Eve of destruction. This is a tradition that was brought down from the apostles and elder bishops, and we brought along with it. And we're here again to do another bringing the New Year's Eve, bringing the New Year's of destruction. Like I was excited because I was like, oh shit, because I'm looking at all the titles, GMS. You know, I saw you see I was just seeing mad videos of GMS. I ain't see no IUIC, no Wi-Fi. I just seen mad GMS. I'm like, man, all right, man, let's go, baby. You know what I mean? That amps you the fuck up, man. You know?
Yeah, knowing that you got like-minded men.
Yeah. Doing the same thing we're doing right now.
Yeah.
In our little cramped up apartments or big ass house.
Yeah.
You know?
back to Wisdom Solomon 8, and I'm gonna read 7. Again, it says, if a man love righteousness, her labors are virtue, she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude. That's the main point I want, because you said fortify your mind. You know, can you get that definition of fortitude in the online etymology Bible? Because it says, which are such things as men can have nothing more profitable in their life. So we are in the best position that we can possibly be. You know, we may not have everything, you know, as far as, you know, worldly things or whatever the case is, but we got, what it say? It says virtues, righteousness, temperance, prudence, justice, and fortitude. That's something, faith, that's what we need. So that's what we need to focus on. You know what I'm saying? Everything else don't really matter. Of course, you can use the world and go here and there, dip dab or whatever, but the main focus is the truth.
It's like it. And that all, you know, stems from wisdom. Going to show you how important wisdom is. Wisdom, you know, amplifies so many different things, you know what I'm saying, that's conducive to our daily walk. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have to apply wisdom in that. You gain attributes like that, you know, all around. You know what I'm saying? But I got that word fortitude. It says moral strength. And we're going to need that more than ever right now. Because a lot of these niggas is going driving off the deep end. Like Michael Phelps. You know? You know what I'm saying?
That nigga know how to swim though.
Yeah. Them niggas dumping off like Michael Phelps and end up, you know, like a little bastard child who jumped in the 12 foot. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's splashing and shit like Jason Voorhees. Before he came Jason.
He's smacked.
Moral, man, bro, it's like your moral strength. Because look, what's coming? The MOTB. If you ain't got moral strength, then you're gonna fall to that temptation. Just like with the first pretest to that was what? The
Smack Nation. Yeah, niggas swore they was tough, man. Oh, I ain't taking that.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. We'll stand on business when they start interrogating your ass.
Yeah, big
like,
gorilla
what's
beard niggas, man.
What's up, my man? How you doing, man? You good? You still on business? Nah, man. I just trying to start my career, man. I'm like, all right, man. You know what I mean? That's how I'm just, all right, man. I already knew it.
Yeah, see it wouldn't want to be it. But it says courage.
Courage. Didn't the Lord command, what was that, Joshua? He told him multiple times, you know, be courageous.
What's that, Joshua 1?
Yeah.
And
That's
Joshua 1:9.
Amen. Hey, cause what it say, and you mind too, after you get this word, can you go into that word virtue? Cause it's like, man, we need that more than ever, man. You know, to have faith, that's a manly thing. Like even going into what I think the word female, it goes into like non-faith or something like that. I think it's female or one of them damn words, man. But it goes into like you lack faith pretty much. So a man, he's supposed to have faith and virtue and be courageous, because none of us want to fucking die. No, none of us want to be in the cold. None of us want to talk to the wind. You know what I'm saying? And go through mental battles every fucking day. Nobody wants to go through that shit. But you know, a man of the Lord that truly loves the Lord and fears Him, he's going to be willing and able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody can do that. You know? So I said all that to say, man, we just gotta be fucking men. We gotta gird up our loins. Whatever the hell you're going through, be a man. Cause it's only gonna get worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's only one or two things you can do. You can either fight to the end.
Fight or flight.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Did you get the online etymology of fortitude?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I see it's still some more. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
I just read 2, but real quick, I'll bring this precept out.
Yes, sir.
Joshua 1:9. Of course, we know this is Shalaki, you know, concerning them going into the land, so on and so forth. You know, this is what the Lord told him. You know, just applying it today through the Spirit, because ultimately, we're about to enter back into that land. You know. So Joshua 1:9, it says, "Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage? Be not afraid, Neither be thou dismayed, for Yahweh thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. You know, we have to remember that, man. You know, that's why the names are so important. Because you're not about to be in these situations calling on Jesus, man. Just like your man's in Boston. Like, Jesus ain't about to get niggas through anything. Jesus ain't get niggas through nothing. Jesus only got niggas, rats, roaches, bed bugs, jail, honeycombs, Fruit Loops. You know? Jesus ain't did nothing for no nigga, man. We need Yahweh Bahashim Halashah for what's about to come, man. And ultimately, we see it in our lives how far we have come. The shit we battling, all us brothers right here battling something heavy, you know. But through Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, us being courageous, you know, harnessing that spirit, you know, and trusting and leaning upon Him.
And resilient.
Yeah, you know. But I just wanted to bring that out real quick. But jumping back to that fortitude on the etymology, it says courage, strength, force, firmness, manliness, spirit.
I gotta push that then. So man, we going into manly shit.
God.
I just, you know what I mean? Cause it's cause you know what's fun, that's the spirit. Cause when you walked in from the gym, some man, you know what I mean, throwing weights around like shit. Yeah, I was watching a video on YouTube, Poor Man's Podcast, about how Gillette is losing, they lost like 80 billion over the past few years. And I already knew the reason why is because men are becoming men. Men aren't shaving their beards no more.
Yeah.
Men are growing their beards. They say it was a cultural shock or something. Dang. Nigga, that shouldn't have been a cultural shock. Only if you kept your beard. Gillette would have been out of business if it wasn't for you niggas shaving your beards off, man.
Yeah, I remember them fucking commercials.
Yeah, Gillette.
The nigga with the chiseled jawlines, he go like
Yeah, and it's all angles.
Yeah.
But yeah. But now they losing money because people want their beards back, man. Yeah. You know?
Keep the stash and shit. Shit's so ugly.
That shit's whack. That shit's whack, man.
But you said you had something, bro?
Oh, you still fit? Yeah. Quick one.
You got it, bro.
I just Deuteronomy 20:1. Since we this is a physical this is a spiritual battle right now. All right. So I want to what's that word? I want to apply this as a spiritual instead of physical.
God. Yeah, because you know the scriptures are manifold.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Spirit, you got it.
It's Deuteronomy 20:1. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them. For the Lord Yahweh thy power is with thee, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Right, Salaki, and just that's the spirit you got that. Because like you said again, now we're in a spiritual war. But looking at it now, who's the modern Pharaoh today? Esau. Mm-hmm. This man is way more than us. We don't got nothing against this dude. We don't got mortar. What's it called? The mortars and shit.
Yeah.
We can't shoot helicopters out the sky. We ain't got nothing against this dude, man.
We can only do that in Grand Theft Auto, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheat codes and shit, get a random ass rocket launcher. Nah, still got it.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Yeah,
He fucked up.
Only way we're gonna get out this situation is to get Yahweh Shai, but we gotta completely trust and lean upon Him. And all day. That's why I always get it. That Romans 15, the things written aforetime, written for our learning. We gotta, like the brother said, we gotta apply that now. We gotta go into these accounts and apply them now. All right, and apply them to our walk today. That's why they're here. That's why the record is here. So we can tap into that ancient spirit so it can bring us back into remembrance. Us knowing that, hey, we were those men. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You look in the mirror, you got your beard and shit. Man, you know what I'm saying?
Good.
But you know what I'm saying? You just, hell yeah, bro. We from them lines, man. My man.
Yeah.
That's mighty. That's mighty.
I'm about to say it. I'm a man. I'm always be a man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tapping into that ancient spirit, bro.
Yeah.
You got some more, brother?
No.
Okay. I think it's one more here.
I got a precept too,
God, it says strong, brave. It also says physical strength as well. God.
Yeah. Hey, what's that? bodily exercise profit little
Mhm.
or something like that. You know.
Yeah, but it profited.
Yeah, yeah. Shit, you know, because that's encouraging in scriptures too. You know, good health and working out and muscle shit. That shit, you get in the mirror and shit. You see little, you know what I'm saying?
It
Little,
was confidence.
you see,
You know,
yeah.
you would slam the shit out of tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not to be carnal,
Yeah.
but it's like, yeah, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You wanted that?
What's that?
Oh, the bodily.
Oh yeah, come. Yeah.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 4:8. But bodily exercise profiteth little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that now is and of that which is to come.
Right, because bodily exercise profit because I think I mentioned it earlier. We doing the work, right? So we should be in the best health that we can. Because first of all, mental. Because working out is not just I'm gonna get big biceps and
Looking like Terry Crews and shit.
right. We very used, just in case I try to get us. But it helps you mentally. You know what I mean? It makes you more clearer. It makes you gives you more energy, so on and so forth. So that will help you with doing the work too. You know what I'm saying? Because we most definitely need that. That's like one of the toughest battles is in your mind. So that will help you, and of course, it will make you, less sick and all that, so on and so forth. You see? But that was it, right? Because we done with that word.
Yeah,
Yeah, kind of jumping back a little bit, just going into, how, our conduct, you know what I'm saying, and just thinking about how, certain Jakes, a lot of Jakes, have, disregarded the Lord, turned their backs, you know what I'm saying, etc. It shows a great lack of faith, and, the times we coming in, we should have the utmost faith, and it's a lot of things that Jake do that, you know what I'm saying, we got to refrain from, and just real quick, it's 1 Corinthians 10, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, now these things were our examples to the intent that we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted. You see, and just on that itself, you see all these other Israelite camps, their lust and their faith is in the world, you know what I'm saying, seeking after worldly, whatever call it, validation, you know what I'm saying, trying to be on certain platforms and do this and do that, you know what I'm saying, ultimately getting to the point where they're turning their backs completely on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But verse 7, it says, neither be ye idolaters, as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication, as some of them committed, and fell in one day 23,000. Neither let us tempt Mashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. See, you can't tempt the Lord. Don't play with the Lord, man. You can't sit up and play in the Lord's place and think that, things are going to continue to go your way. Especially the times we're coming in, you know what I'm saying? Because over time, things are going to get worse and worse and worse. All right? Verse 10, it says, neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. You see, you take that all the way back to Egypt. The Lord was there to help Jake, bring him out of Egypt, you know what I'm saying, fed him in the wilderness, etc. But Jake still looked back. Jake still wanted to be a part of the world. You see, and just like the dude in Boston, you following the Lord, you know what I'm saying, and then you decide, oh, well, I'm going to go back to Jesus. I'm going to go back to what the white man gave me.
Yeah,
That's just
nobody
bullshit.
was listening to that nigga no more.
Yeah.
He was buzzing for like a month, doing all these responses and all this stuff and boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. And then he fell off. Because nobody's, man, all right, man, you old school news, man. I'm not going to read December 31st, 2025 newspaper when it's January 2nd. That's the old school news, man.
Can I get one more verse on this? It says, verse 11, it says, now all these things happen unto them for examples, and they are written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the world are come. And the definition for admonition, it says an act or action of admonishing, authoritative counsel or warning. See, so ultimately, those things are put in place for us, man, for a warning of how not to be the things we should not fall into. You know what I'm saying? Because it is easy too, because that's what the world is catered around, you know what I'm saying? Falling away from the Lord, as we have done many times over history.
So real quick, just laying back on the point, Jake, departing from the faith, and that's the spirit, because that's the spirit. I seen that clip, and I'll tell you, man, the Lord dealing with our apostles, man. Apostle Tahar, labeled 2026 the year of fallouts and great apostasy or apostates, and then look, you see this nigga, can't even look in the fucking camera, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, whatever, but you know what I'm saying? You can't even look in the fucking camera. It's like Jake is gone, bro. Say their conscience is seared with a hot iron. That man is fried. To go back to Jeebus? Fuck no. Better off trying to be, like fucking he better off trying to be like fucking Frank Lucas or something. It's like shit, But real quick, Hebrews 6, and I'm gonna start at 4. It says, "For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened and have tasted of the heavenly gift and were made partakers of the Holy Spirit and have tasted the good word of the Most High." Come on, man. Like, bro, like what Yahweh Shai, or Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, concerning the gospel has given us, recompense over the nation, salvation, all right, us being brought back to the Heavenly Father via the reconciliation from Yahweh through Yahweh Shai's blood, okay, power of the nations, immortality. It's like you forgot all of that, So these men have tasted of that heavenly gift. It's like how can you want, what else, what more could you want than that? Those promises are like what? Like how could you fall subject, to the cares of this world, or get entangled with the affairs of, different doctrines, that strange woman, all right, for some, over what, Yahweh Shai promised us, bro. It's ridiculous, but that just goes to show you, man, that the Heavenly Father, all right, is in control. It says, "And have tasted the good word of the Most High and the powers of the world to come. If they shall fall away, to renew them again unto repentance, seeing they crucify to themselves the Son of the Most High afresh, and put him to an open shame." You put Yahweh Shai to an open shame, bro. That's why he couldn't look in the fucking camera. That's why he couldn't look in the camera. He couldn't, you know what I'm saying? You put Yahweh Shai, you crucify Yahweh Shai afresh and put him to an open shame. And the Lord's going to visit you dudes, man, who have turned your back. You John 6 niggas, man. When Yahweh Shai hit him with that dark saying, concerning him being, his body, etc. Lord willing, Jacob just pull it up. That John 6, and all the men turned back. Just imagine that, bro. I'll read that account and really getting my feelings about it. How Yahweh Shai felt, for the men to, turn their back on him, man. But that's the spirit Jake coming, and Jake is turning their backs on Yahweh Shai. These niggas ain't loyal, bro. That's why the brother Quanawaf made a beautiful point, like it's us against the world, through the spirit. But let me see. Oh, that's it.
I got a quick one. And I want to bring up the definition just for, my edification and, anybody else on there. I want to bring up the definition of apostate and bring back to the Jake that went back to Jesus Christos. All right. So I'm at the definition. Apostate or apostasy, simple search, a deliberate and decisive turning away from or rebellion against the faith, doctrines, or falling away from what, and I gotta, chew through it, of course, It says, falling away from what one once professed to believe, involving a break from the covenant community and a conscious rejection of Yahushua and his teachings. All right,
Yeah, so they fall away from the doctrine. Jake, you get that? The endorsed sound doctrine? Apparatus, you know? These guys coming in that demon spirit or Damas spirit. Said that Timothy say Damas as turned back into the world, you know? These dudes they fell away, man. You got it, brother.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3. For the time will come when they would not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears.
And all these things show us that we're at the end, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Great apostasy, men departing from the faith, men getting weak, getting weary, changing the doctrine. All right? It's all according to prophecy, man. You read that one more time, huh?
Yep. Back at 2 Timothy 4 and 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
Right, these guys didn't endure sound doctrine. You know, you go into that word sound, you know, going to being whole. You know what I'm saying? Or wholesome. You know, good. You know? Like, but you got it, bro.
Yeah. This is, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears.
Right, heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. You know? This man not satisfied with what they hear, so they, you know, they keep scratching, they keep digging for more. You know what I'm saying?
They're not satisfied that Yahushua is our king, man. Our savior. Everybody wants that seat, man. Cause you can see it in a lot of these people's characteristics. Like what's his name? General Yohana. He wants to be the commanding general. Everybody must report to him. He wants to create a black America. We give like 13 states to these niggas. It's gonna be an all-out blitz. You know what I mean? He wants to create a black America. You got Captain Desariak. He's doing his little jet set and being his little evangelist on the podcast. He's been on like 15 podcasts this year.
Shit,
got
20.
Yeah, this nigga been going
He
crazy.
on a different podcast every week.
Yeah.
Rubbing
Especially
the
last-
nigga back and shit.
Especially last month.
He just was on another one.
He was on Baton. He was on UFC's fighter. I forgot his name. I think
He was on Joe Rogan shit?
No. Strickland, not Strickland. It's a fighting.
Oh, the white nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the other, yeah,
cauliflower
okay,
ear.
yeah.
Yeah, he was on there. General Yohana was on there too. He jumped up on there, made his little appearance. You know, you got Genesis. They want to be the top guys. They want to switch up doctrine. It's just a lot of funny business going on, man. Everybody wants that spot, you know. But anyways,
Yeah,
back at
again, they not doing sound doctrine,
yeah.
you know. But yeah, them guys, hey, scripture speak about seeking vain glory,
Yeah.
you know.
Jack Shields.
I appreciate
The nigga on the podcast, Jack Shields.
Jake
Yeah.
Shields, yes. Jake Shields.
Which,
yes.
hey, listen, we root, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know,
Oh, yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
was-
saying? But at the end of the day, it's vain, you know. It's not getting Jake nowhere.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? To cut, like, Jake been doing that. You know what I'm saying? We know these dudes ain't got it. We know you gonna win the debate. You know what I'm saying? But that's when, you know, Jake is doing it for filthy lucre.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make money, keep their name relevant. Shit
I'm not
like
doing that for free.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck no.
Mhm.
Especially you got to travel affairs and hotels, stays. Fuck no. That's how you know that it's for the bag.
Mm-hmm.
That General Yohana, Commanding General Yohana, you know, got his liaison, or, you know, however you want to put it,
Mm-hmm.
going state to state, doing his bidding so he can bring in more followers, more
Mhm.
money, you know, to the ministry. It's like the apostle. I was listening to the elders in Dallas. They had a big unity camp.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
a beautiful
I
camp.
bet it was.
But the apostle Ricard was just saying, like, a lot of these dudes, their camps is more like brands now.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
Nike and shit.
Yeah, yep. That's exactly how I put it. Adidas. You know what I'm saying? Puma. It's like it's a brand now. It ain't like it's, you know, for your Howard shot. You know?
After this, it says, verse 4, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables.
Right, they shall turn away their ear from the truth. Like, it's like you know you sit and look at these dudes' doctrines like where do you get that shit? The Christian doctrine is so fucking ass.
It's like them niggas. It's like back in the day when you remember back in the day you had like the scratch offs on like the McDonald's French fries or some shit or
Oh,
oh
what the fuck? Jay,
Oh.
what the fuck?
Oh, y'all ain't never. 1972. Damn.
nah that's back in the day when we used to get them Big Macs for like
I
$2.
thought what you talking. You pull like
You pull the sticker off the
the
French
Monopoly
fry joint.
shits. The Monopoly shit.
Yeah,
when you
off
pull
the French
tag
fry
and
joint,
shit.
and you see if you win a free Big Mac.
Oh,
Yeah,
the back of
yeah,
the, you want the back of the
Talking about
yeah.
Jay Toss.
Yeah,
Or you gonna take the
yeah.
sticker off, or take your thumb, or the joint with the Mountain Dew joint. You take the cap
Yeah.
off, you see if you win a free drink.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they doing, man.
That's old as fuck.
Yeah,
I remember that shit.
That's
Yeah,
old
yeah,
school.
yeah.
That's exactly what these niggas doing with the doctrine. It seems like, man. So every week they get a new joint. All right,
You the cereal with toy and
yeah. They just tossing shit up.
Yeah, bro. Can you read that last part again?
Yep. It says, and shall be turned unto fable. Just the whole verse.
Yeah.
Yep. Verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables.
Right, like I said again, the Christian doctrine is so cheese.
Mm.
Like, bro, like, what benefits is the Christian doctrine? But you going to see a white guy in the heavens, and you bouncing on clouds with a halo. Like when I think of Christianity, and I think of the end all be all of Christianity, that's what I think of. Where you burning forever in eternity, looking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
With Pinhead, Jason Voorhees, and Freddy Krueger down there and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Jason goes to hell. You know, looking stupid, man. Freddy Krueger come up the ground, snatch his mask with the claws. This, it's just ass, bro. What we're talking about eternal sovereignty, eternal rulership. You know, we're talking about planets. We're talking about solar systems,
Structure.
universes, order, just ruling existence,
Not going off no more.
being pure.
Truth.
You know, like, what are you guys talking about? You guys ain't talking about shit.
That's the spirit. I forget. Damn. What was it? Elder D-Mash? Or one of the apostles? Oh, I think it was one of the bishops. Elder D-Mash. They said. So we always talk about, especially GMS. We always talk about, of course, like superpowers and all this stuff. That sounds so far fetched to even the everyday Israelite that goes out to teach. But we really, I know this is like a survey, because I already know what brothers think about. What I want, damn, how can I word this? Because they said it, and it's like everybody having agreements. Because everybody wants, when we think about the kingdom, I think the first thing I think about is it's not going off no more. If y'all know what I mean. Like the first thing.
Man, that's the spirit.
Yeah.
It's like it. I always that's the question
Yeah.
I ask brothers. I always ask brothers.
Yeah, that's
wherever I travel, what's the number one thing you anticipate in the kingdom?
Yeah.
Besides the carnal shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, more things pertaining to the spirit. I know mine's is the mysteries. And I was asking brothers.
I just want to see everything.
Yeah.
Y'all literally about to say just.
I got everything.
Because I posed that question to brothers in New Orleans, and I got that answer a couple times.
Oh no, for real.
Brothers who just want to see all history, see all their past lives and shit. You know, I know this brother want to be pure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like you said, like all brothers are in the same spirit, man. Through the spirit, you know.
Yeah, that's just
How we view the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? And what it pertains to it. But this is what we're coming into. We're not coming into, when I think about the Christianity doctrine concerning heaven, all that, I think about that episode on Squidward. Well, I said on Squidward. On SpongeBob, the part when he moved and he was in them like houses and shit. He moved to a new neighborhood.
I remember that.
You know what I'm talking about?
oh, when his house got blown up or some shit.
No, when he moved from besides.
Oh, Squidward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When he moved from besides SpongeBob, and he was in that, that like.
Yeah.
That redundant. Yeah. That's how I think of Christianity's version of heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's just constant loop of doing the same shit. Hey, Bob. Walk down the Gold Street.
Dancing, smack.
Go here, dance, cheer.
Whack
Go
ass
back.
instrument he was playing.
Yeah. Play the instrument. See an angel. Hey, angel. Go back to the home. Do it, and it's just the same thing over and over. Like it's no spirit to it. It's just trash, just like the church.
No personality.
No
to it.
personality to it.
Just one. Just
One
love.
beef. Yeah, love.
Yeah, one.
I got
beat.
more emotions than that.
Yeah, one beat.
I still got a few feet I gotta put up asses, you know?
What is he booting him? Man, a brother told me. He said he wanna whip a Edomite to bloody pulp, shrink him, and put him in an hourglass of salt and wear him on his belt. I said, what the fuck?
Ah, damn. And I believe that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck up? I'm like, all right, I thought I was.
Yeah, I thought,
Bad guy.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But he wanted them far out thinking brothers, and we chopped it up on that level. You know what I'm saying? But this is how. But I just go to say this, like that's how far out we think. You know.
Yeah.
But the brother, hold on, something. Bring your still got that precept up.
Come, yeah. This, really it could go into Christianity too, but even mostly toward, these different Israelite camps, man, I can't get over, Jake just be far gone, and they digging themselves deeper and deeper in the hole. But it's Romans 1, and I'm at verse 21 in the NLT. It says, yes, they knew the Most High, but they wouldn't worship him as the Most High or even give him thanks. And that's how they do Yahweh Shai. Totally disregard him. You know what I'm saying? And put him in a light in which they think him be. And you see that with Muslims. You know what I'm saying? They say, okay, Yahweh Shai was just a prophet or whatever.
It's a Richard Degler.
Yeah, but he was more than that. He's everything. You know what I'm saying? But it says, and they began to think up foolish ideas of what the Most High was like. As a result, their minds became dark and confused. Claiming to be wise, they instead became utter fools. And that's what's happening to these jakes, man. They're becoming fools, man. They're making themselves look very stupid. You know what I'm saying? Putting their foot in their own mouths. You know what I'm saying? Switching up the doctrine. One day you say this and the next week you say that. You know what I'm saying? You came in through the apostles, man. So you came in, Yahweh Shai, 12 tribes, and then you just made up your own shit, coming up with your own shit, and it's leading closer and closer to that plantation Christianity or whatever other doctrine or whatever other religion that the world has given it to you, man. All right, you people are drinking of that wine, you know what I'm saying? And for that, you'll be destroyed, man. Simple as that, and that's the times we coming in, man. This time of destruction. I can get the next verse. Let me see. Yep. Verse 23 says, and instead of worshiping the glorious, ever-living power, they worship idols made to look like mere people and birds and animals and reptiles. See? Worshiping these idols, man. You know what I'm saying? Putting your trust and your faith in this place, man, and not in what brought you here in the first place.
God, I got appreciate it. This is 1 Timothy 4 at the top. This is now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. This is, like I said, this is a key indicator that we are in the last days, man. All right, men depart from the faith, man. So it's, man, I'm telling you, bro, you can't make it up. It's a spirit. The Apostle Tahar coined this year, the year of fallouts and apostates. Another telltale sign of the end. Just like all the, the phrases, etc., that, the apostle, puts upon, the various years, all things that are, pointing to what? The end times. It says, again, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits. And you see the video of the man cresting his back and shit. Yeah, brother. And they always say like that, brother. With the hard R. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, brother. Yeah, man, tell your testimony, man. Whack shit. This lame look. This ass. And doctrines of devils. Like, really? So what did the Lord look now? Like, when you think of the Lord, what do you think of? You think of Caesar. If you say Jeebus Cross, you're thinking of Caesar, Bozier. Like the brother said, Jesus Christos, a white guy. A soft, effeminate, white guy. Soft-spoken. Tito Jackson sounded nigga, man. Janet Jackson sounding nigga. Verses 2, it says, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. It's like just imagine that. You know, I mean, you visualize it, but their conscience is fried. Like how we say, Jake, this nigga fried.
Fried.
When we say that, you know, that's a slang term here, at least in Columbus. Like, damn, you know, dude, fried, fried. Meaning his brain is cooked. He just insane. He out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So again, man, a lot of guys are going to depart from the faith in these last days, man. And, you know, bringing it back full circle, that's why we have to be rooted. We have to be grounded. We have to be sober. We have to be vigilant that we don't fall into them snares, you know, and them traps that are, you know, set by Satan. You know? We have to be, you know, grounded in this thing. And like the scripture say, hold on to what thou hast. We got to hold on, you know, meaning to keep. Or I think going to the word fast, it goes into keep. So we got to keep this thing, man. Hold on tight, brothers. Seriously. You know, and I wanted to say show on to the brothers on the comment board too. You know, likewise, you brothers watching. You know, stay rooted, stay grounded. Keep on, like our apostles and elders say, just do the work, bro. That's it. Keep it simple. Don't be doing too much. Stay out the way, and just do the work. You know. But brothers got it.
I got this little thing I looked up, and I got a precept. Cause real quick, cause I know the brother mentioned these guys going back to Jeebus and shit. Oh yeah, constantly dating brothers.
Shalom.
But real quick, yeah, like the brothers mentioned that Jeebus, you know, niggas going back to Jesus and shit. And I just typed in the letter J was invented because you know it was like in the 1500s. I looked up like was it invented during the Renaissance? And it said yes, the letter J emerged during the Renaissance, especially in 1424 when Italian scholar Gohan, whatever the hell his name is, proposed separating it from I to represent a distinct sound, whatever. So pretty much, you basing your doctrine in the name of the Lord off of Esau's Renaissance.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna make a video on this separately, but it's just like, this, you know what I mean? During the Renaissance, what did Esau do? He changed everything. He changed, oh, this is what God looks like, a so-called white man. This is his name. This is what he looks like, all that. So how can you know what I'm saying? So you went back to plantation Christianity. You went back to the oppressor, you know? We obviously know that the J wasn't invented until 1500s. Before then, what was they calling the Lord? They called him what? Yahweh Shai.
Like
That's
his
his name.
15. You said 1524.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on. Got a quick. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, my fault. I just got a quick precept. Hebrews 10. The main points in 38 and 39, but I'm gonna start up a little bit because that that goes into.
I got some for you too. Just on the Renaissance. You know?
Oh, you go ahead.
Want to bring it up?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
So I just asked chat, what was the Renaissance? It says the Renaissance was a major period of cultural, intellectual, like they say when you go in like social studies, it's called the period of enlightenment. You know, I know brothers remember that.
Yeah.
You know, it says intellectual, artistic, and scientific revival in Europe. Roughly from the 1300s to the 1600s, it marked a transition from the Middle Ages to the modern world. It was called a rebirth. Like, so just backing up the elder bros. So they took and, you know, rewrote everything, you know? And we read about that in Revelation, the 20th chapter, man. You know, that deadly wound being healed. You know, once Esau fell during, the Eastern Roman Empire fell, or so like the Western Roman Empire fell, okay, and what Esau was in chains, all right, spiritually, you know, for a period of roughly 1,000 years, okay? And then that deadly wound being healed, you know, he was pretty much revived in the planet. And then what we got periods like what we talking about now, the Renaissance. All right, where this man, you know, took and rewrote history, man. You know, that's why you got the noses chopped off, the statues.
I got it real quick for you.
You know, you got it, bro.
First Maccabees 3:48, and laid open the book of the law wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
See, Jeebus cross. They knew what the Messiah looked like. Look at the what they call it, the Russian icons, man. You know, they know what the Messiah looked like. These things were well known, and Esau knowing that, they know the prophecies. You know, to some extent. You know, and they tried to prepare themselves to, to hide it from Jake for, a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't defeat the spirit, Edom.
Nope.
You know, and that's why you got this movement, which you see today, of us, rising and standing upon our feet, as it is written, as it is prophesied about. But Esau, Edom went and painted painted over the images, so on and so forth. Had men like, what's the guy name? Da Vinci. Damn, we went over this. The different painters, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, what's this nigga name? We haven't been over in a while.
Yeah, we're gonna have to look him up.
Yeah.
But we went into this very
Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo.
Lord, Jake, just
Yeah.
look him up real quick.
Oh, we just named all the goddamn Ninja Turtles. Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, Ralphie.
And Botticelli's. I don't know how to pronounce that name.
Let me see this thing.
Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah, Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
name.
Botticelli.
Botticelli.
Gone. Yeah, you had them, them different artists,
Mhm.
et cetera, during that time who was doing paintings, so on and so forth, man. But continuing on, it says roughly from the 1300s to the 1600s, it marked a transition from the Middle Ages to the modern world. It was called a rebirth because Europeans initially revived ideas from ancient Greek and Rome.
Bro.
That 1,000-year period.
Yeah.
Again, where that dragon, bared that womb. Okay, like I said again, Esau, Edom, Walton was put in the chains and the shackles. Okay, spiritually, for 1,000 years. All right, and he couldn't deceive the nations no more.
And guess
But that deadly wound, ended up being healed, and what? He went to deceive the world further.
And then also, he had to backtrack the middle. My fingers, fuck. The middle, the Middle Ages. All right, because it was the Dark Ages at one point. Then, oh man, that's giving too much. Then down the Middle Ages. That was just something that nobody knows. It was just a big black spot.
Right, because you had Jake ruling.
Yeah, Jake ruling in Europe, man. So Esau had a Lord dealing with that cracker, man, because he had to do a lot of work very fast too.
Right,
very fast.
Because once the Western Roman Empire fell, the Eastern Roman Empire, which ultimately became the Byzantine Empire, kept thriving. And that was Jake. But finishing out, it says it was called a rebirth because Europeans initially revived ideas from ancient Greece and Rome, especially in art, philosophy, politics, and science. Playing.
And in all those things, that some of the biggest deceivers, in society. Politics.
Science. Philosophy. Art. So, and he has control over all those factions.
Mm-hmm.
And he has used them to blind the people.
Right.
To
that
hide and to hide himself.
Yeah, that art can go into music and everything. All part of the major deceivers of the people's minds in today's world.
Yo, hey, this is fire. Hey, you lied the water. He said something about medical renaissance. Gotta look into that. Just a quick paragraph, because this is all going back into the revitalization of Rome 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
Medical renaissance, 1400 to 1700, was a transformative era in European medicine marked by a renewed interest in classical texts, human dissection, and scientific inquiry, challenging.
Human anatomy, shit like that.
Yeah, science class when you gotta take out a little frog and shit.
Dissecting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when all that shit start to come through,
Man, I'm gonna look more into that. Just finishing out a little bit of it. It says challenging medieval beliefs like the four humors theory and laying groundwork for modern medicine through figures like Vesalius anatomy, surgery, and Harvey circulation. Dang.
That's another faction.
That's another
of
faction.
The Renaissance, learning the human body. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the medicines today. Look at medical practices and shit today. pharmakia, you know?
All Greek words.
Yeah. Bringing all them Greek ideas and philosophies, man. All the way into what we got now, AI, you know? Where you had men who were, you know, because transhumanism was a thing of old, man. Jake didn't know. Esau been trying to, figure out, how to ascend into godhood, you know?
Come real quick. Also, the way that we view hell, you know what I'm saying? So-called hell, you burn forever, all that bullshit. Obviously, that's not what the scriptures truly say, but the way that people, the plantation Christianity, again, where people, oh man, you know how you, before you was in the truth, you was in that Christianity shit, you probably was scared, like, oh man, fuck, I'm gonna die, go to hell, all that shit. Well, we got those images and shit like that off the Renaissance. It says Renaissance paintings like Hieronymus Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, Michelangelo's Last Judgment, and what's his name? Why is that name? Botticelli's. Botticelli's illustrations for Dante's Inferno profoundly shaped our view of hell. And it goes all into it. But yeah, so
Esau's foot and falling right in his fucking mouth, bro.
yeah.
That AI should be cutting him. Sometimes, a lot of times, really. He try to hide some shit, but that AI be cutting him, bro.
What they say, then it goes into the 9 circles of hell, all that bullshit, but it just shows you, these niggas, they went back to the doctrine of Esau. That's how sad these niggas went out, so, going back full circle, we gotta stay on point. As a matter of fact, I had this precept I was holding, we can start, dimming down a little bit, closing out. Let me go back to Hebrews 10 and points in 38, but I'm gonna start up at like I'm gonna 31. It says, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living God." But yeah, and that nigga, he fell into the hands of the Lord. He gave him up to a perverse spirit. And the Lord willing, the Lord's gonna judge him very soon. All these different niggas that turned their back against the truth, right? But call to remembrance the former days in which, after you were illuminated, you endured great fight of afflictions. Going back to we started, we was talking about, just reviewing the year. A lot of prophecies went to pass, but also Jake went through a lot of shit too. We gotta remember those fights and how we overcame them. Of course, we're still fighting certain things, but through the spirit, man, hey, we gotta remember those victories. You gotta remember those feats, all those things. You gotta analyze all of them. The good, bad, and ugly, and we just gotta continue to fight. But it says, partly whilst you were made a gazing state, both by reproach and afflictions, and partly whilst you became companions of them that were so used. For ye had compassion on me in my bonds, and took joyfully the spoiling of your goods, knowing yourselves that ye have in heaven a better and adoring substance. Man, it says, cast not away therefore your confidence, which you have great recompense and reward, for ye have need of patience. A lot of these niggas, they lost patience. You see, what did our Lord say? He said, in your patience possess your soul.
Yeah, your soul will come.
Come. It says, so if you lose patience, you lose your soul. It says, which have great recompense and reward. I read that slide. If you have needed patience, that after you have done the will of the Lord, of the Most High, you might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry. You have a shot. You see, now the just shall live by faith. But if any, is the main point. But if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. You see? So if you a true righteous believer, then you gonna live by your faith. And if you draw back, you go back to the world or whatever the hell you do, you know what I'm saying? Then we have no more pleasure in you no more. We ain't gonna, somebody fall off and can't, you gonna keep talking to them. Nah. Fuck that nigga, man. Cause that evil spirit can jump onto you. Those thoughts of doubt can jump on you. You see?
Man, I appreciate that.
Come. I just got one more verse. It says, but we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. You know, so we a little willing through the Spirit by Yahweh Shai, a little willing, hopefully we the elect. You know, we just gonna endure. Fuck these niggas. Let these niggas fall off. You know, what he say? Remember the doctrine that you have been taught, you know, and continue in them. Because you're gonna have niggas trying to entice you, and, you know, some shit might even sound a little bit like, oh, yeah, that's right. But nah, fuck all that. We got the truth. We got the 100% truth, you know? But that's
Real quick, just to back you up, Sirach 13 at the top. It says, he that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith. He that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. Right? So just plain and simple, man. You know, you are the company you keep. You know, in a nutshell. You know, you touch tar. You know what I'm saying? You become defiled therewith. You know, a stick on you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get off. You know, that's why you gotta separate yourself from these men. You know what I'm saying? Not be around these men's, in these men's vicinities, man. Because like the elder brother mentioned, them spirits can jump on you. All right, and that's what has happened with a lot of these guys, man. They start rubbing shoulders with Adam 22s. You know, look, that nigga's demonic as fuck, and you shook that man's hand.
Yeah,
Fuck no.
Been in the league when I got a quick one, just real quick.
Yeah, got it.
It's Galatians 5 verse 9. A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump.
Gone.
So just like the Passover, well, you know, of course we can't keep it perfectly, but you know, you try to get as much leaven out your house as possible. Just like in when you congregate with brothers, you can sense some leaven, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, especially experienced brothers. Some brothers might be a little immature or inexperienced. That's why you need the body, man. That's why you need brothers to your left and right, because they can sense things sometimes you can't sense, and that's all through the Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's called having experience, man.
Gone.
You know, because there's levels to this thing.
Right, you know, but you know, just going into it again, you can't be, you know, around these certain guys, man.
Yeah.
All right. You know, like I said, these guys, you know, they touching, bumping shoulders. Like, I don't want that nigga to touch. I don't want that nigga's shoulder to touch me, bro.
Nah.
You know, like who wants to be around an Edomite? Like literally.
Yeah, straight up.
Especially if you in this, I don't want to be around an Edomite. Not if I ain't got to. You know what I'm saying? Of course, scripture say be peaceable with all men, you know. But, you know, you just openly, you know what I'm saying, inviting yourself to, you know what I'm saying, be in Esau's territory, man. You be around all them, you know, them spirits, man. So this is a spiritual warfare.
Yeah. Con, did you read Hebrews 6?
Yeah.
Con.
Because I was going to pull it out again. So
Yeah,
like, you read that.
you already Con.
Hold on.
That's the Spirit.
Who ready?
You read.
Oh, yeah, crucify him
yeah,
fresh.
yeah.
Come on. Yeah, we got that precept, brother. But, yeah, shit, Lord willing, I think the elder bro ready to call it, so.
Oh,
Do you got anything else?
Yeah, I got a quick one. Just as quick I was holding. Just for like I said, we coming into that year, false prophets, apostasies, you know, Jake falling out, getting weak need, knock need and shit, man. You know, like I said, war's not pretty, you know, and we still behind the enemy lines, man. All right. So there's gonna be some times you're gonna take some mad L's. There's gonna be times when you take a little victory, man. You know, but at the end of the day, it's still war. and that shit fluctuates.
Yeah, it's gonna make this truth. It's like this truth gonna make you or break you.
Mm-hmm.
Real, it's like it, bro.
No, you great.
Now
Because I have a whole new preset. I was just throwing it out there.
But can you get that preset where it say he shall be the fall and rise of many? Baba Kusha. See if I can find it. But you got it, bro.
This is Daniel chapter 12 and 2. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. So when things start popping off, all right, then there's gonna be some death. All right, like I said, this is war. There will be
2 and 34.
There will be casualties of war. All right, that's just how it goes. All right, but some you might wake up 2/3. Well, I want to say 2/3. You wouldn't wake up of the hopeful elect, so to speak. All right, now we're gonna have everlasting life, and you Jake's just gonna wake up with shame and contempt, man. Because going back to Jesus Christ is outlandish at this point, man.
Yeah.
All the allegations on this cracker, man, and you want to go back to him, or not even just Jesus, or go back to in the world. The world hates you, nigga.
Right, a lot of these guys, like the brother Red, gonna wake up with that shame and everlasting contempt. You know, although they're gonna receive an inheritance, you know, they're gonna be immortal and get new bodies, etc. They're still gonna have to live with the guilt, all right, for not taking heed, all right, in the present time, for turning their back. Just imagine he gonna remember that scene in his head. That's one of the spirits. Like he can't look at the camera, so he probably the Lord probably gonna make him look back at that moment, to where he can't look himself in the eyes. Jay, get me through the spirit, like spiritually, like you know what I'm saying. The Lord showed him that moment, like he can't even look up at himself looking at that moment, being the new, you know, in his right mind at that point, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like you turned your back on Yahweh Shai, bro. That's fucked up. For a white nigga, bro.
Yeah,
That's fucked up, bro.
That is fucked up.
Like really think about it. You turned your back on Yahweh Shai for a white guy. That's fucked up, man. Like I tell you, that John 6, bro, like, you know, breaks my heart, bro. The men who left Yahweh Shai, and he asked Peter, like, he's like, you gonna leave me too? Like, Jake, give me, like, you gonna leave Yahweh Shai too, bro? Everything he's done for us, died on the cross, you know? Redeemed us back to the Heavenly Father, bro. Like, bro, Yahweh Shai, bro. Man,
Got
Jake
some
don't give
Egypt.
Yahweh Shai his flowers, bro.
You got us out of Egypt.
Gee, come on, man. All that, bro. You know, Meshach, Hananiah, Azariah, and Mashiach, all right, with Mashal. He was in the midst of that fire, you know? All of that, bro, like, thank you turning back on your Yahweh Shai, bro. That's why here in GMS, we come in a different spirit. We're not here for the vainglory to try to be over the apostles of heart and be the heads of the camp. We none of us brothers expected to be in the position we at. But we, you know,
Damn true.
You know what I'm saying? We just what it is, but we ain't in it for preeminence, we in it for Yahweh Shai, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you know, brothers got it though, with the spirit. So, you know, told Jake it's probably to close out. So yeah.
Anything else?
You want that Luke?
Yeah, come on.
So Luke 2,
Anybody anything else after that? Alright, I can close out after that, man.
Luke 2 and verse 34, it says, And Simeon blessed him and said unto Mary his mother, Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel, for a sign which shall be spoken against.
Can you read that one more time out?
Yep, Luke 2:34, And Simeon blessed him and said unto Mary his mother, Behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel.
Yahweh Shai is, you know, bro, like he set up to be the fall and the rising of many in Israel. A lot of these guys gonna fall, you know, being, you know, tripped up and snared, you know what I'm saying? And some men will rise, you know. This is how important the son of the Heavenly Father is, man. The only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh Shai. You know? Because what people get, you know, tripped up, you know, just like the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees, man. You know, Yahweh Shai was set up to be their fall. You know, and for the elect men like his disciples, he was set up for them to rise. You know? Same thing going on now. Some men learned Yahweh Shai to their demise. And some men, you know, cling unto Yahweh Shai for their rise, man. You know?
Rise of coattails.
Yeah. You gotta finish it off, bro.
It says, And for a sign which shall be spoken against.
Right. Spoken against, you know? But that's it, bro. Okay, good. Alright, shit, Lord willing with that, I brought to this was edifying to whoever may receive it. Again, so I'm going to the beloved brethren, those who tuned in. Alright, those will Jake was edified. That we're gonna give all glory and praises to.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kabadash.
Double honor to our beloved elders and apostles, the great news from Shalom to the hopefully elect. And Shalom to all the Akim pushing the shoe with sincerity. I'll say Bob the Ball, Kwame Yasharab.
Yasharab, Bob the Ball. It's gonna be a hell of a year. Shalom, those will we endure. Shalom, Akim.